out, threes versus twos. So I think we did a great job of focusing in and locking in on that.
Maggie?
Yeah, I mean, I've been here a long time, so to start this way when we weren't even picked to make playoffs, it just speaks volumes to the kind of players we have here. And we know it's a long season, so, it's not time for us to get comfortable or feed into that, but just continue to do what we're doing.
Alexa, and then Dom.
Kind of going off that question for either of you, does it feel like you still have room to hit your ceiling, that you haven't even played your best basketball yet, and I'm sure that maybe would make you guys even happier that you played this well, but you still can get better?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we haven't played our best basketball. We're still working out a lot of kinks, lineups, minute restrictions. So there's a lot of room for us to continue to grow, which is also scary. I don't think any of us are playing our best basketball right now. So we just got to continue, chipping away game by game and just keep getting better.
Dom, go ahead.
How would you describe the level of chemistry and cohesion that this team has right now? Even if individually some people aren't playing the best basketball, the way you're playing together?
I think our core, meaning me, AT, and Breezy, we've been at this thing a long time, a lot of years, and we kind of know each other. We know where each other are. We're comfortable with each other, so that helps. And then you just add pieces and try to bring them along, confidence-wise, and get them to play in the same level and feel the same love, So I think we got a great group who's buying in and buying into their roles, and I think that's huge. And also having a veteran bench kind of helps as well, because, games like this, you can get a little bit more rest. Even though I played the most out of all of them, which is crazy. I'm oldest. But, yes, we got a lot of vets on our team and understanding their role and understanding what we're trying to do here. And, but that's a good thing. You need that in the locker room,
Any other questions in the room? All right, we'll go to Zoom. Wensley, go ahead.
This is a question for both you, AT and DB. You guys didn't have the ideal start to start the game, right? Offense was a little slow to get started, but your defense, you guys locked down on defense. I mean, just for some context, Taurasi, Kalia, and Cloud combined are averaging about 60 points a game. You guys held them to 22 points tonight on 7 on 33 shooting. What does that do for the rest of your ball club to know, even when we don't start out ideally on the offensive side, we can go back on defense, lock down until we find our rhythm on offense and win by 23 points?
I mean, yeah, like you said, I don't think any of our starts have been the greatest. It's taking us a while to settle in, but I think, the mentality is if we're not scoring, they can't score. And they're big three. They've been putting up monster numbers each and every game. And, credit to the coaching staff with the game plan and credit to us executing and making it hard for them tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Blake, go ahead on Zoom.
Hey, ladies, this is Blake Spadaro from Blake State. Phoenix shot less than 25% and less than 10% from three. What in the world did y'all do defensively? What in the world did y'all do defensively against this team?
Nothing special. Nothing that we just prepare for them, but also we know they're a team that can get going. They probably won't shoot like that every night, They miss some open ones that we let have. I don't want to say that it was just all of us, just making them miss. But that's a veteran team. They'll get better. Just a rough night, honestly.
Thank you. George, go ahead on Zoom. George.
George Goy from the Just Say Goy Sports Podcast. This is a question for both of you. After winning so many close games in the last week, what did it feel like just to come out tonight and dominate and to have a comfortable win?
Oh yeah, we were just talking about that. We haven't had one of these games yet. So of course it gave, more so than anything, it gave other people opportunity to play. And I think that's huge because down the stretch you need everybody. It's a long season and a jam-packed season, so logging a lot of minutes can be kind of dangerous, especially towards the end. So it was great to see, Queen hasn't played yet and the Stu get going a little bit. Liv played a lot, but just our bench to get in, and that was a game that we used them, and they did pretty well. They played pretty good.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Kind of going off that point, it feels like the depth on this year's team is like noticeably better than previous years. Have you felt that like throughout the season? How much just with the different things you can do with the different players does that help you guys get along?
Yeah, for sure. I think we, more so than anything in the locker room, you know, you have a vet locker room and they understand what we're trying to do. Like I said, it wasn't like we were starting over from scratch. So, you know, we have people that know how to, that understands basketball and how this works. And they also have goals, like a student won a championship as well. So that's, you know, we have a little bit of championship experience off the bench. But yeah, having a bench is huge. You have Mo coming in, you know, figuring it out, and Liv been here with us before. We're really hard. We brought some shooting in with Rachel, but we got a lot of key pieces, and having a bench is huge in this league. Like I said, we play every other day, and I'm old, so you know, having somebody to come in and you don't have to worry about taking a dip and, you know, teaching things is pretty cool.
All right, last question, DJ, go ahead.
I didn't even know that was going to happen, honestly. So, yeah, when it did, it's pretty cool, especially after the week that we had. And just to get that love back at home, you know, it was huge. And to see that we actually, you know, people actually love us and the fans are showing up. And then, you know, it was just perfect timing. Let's just say that. It was really perfect timing for myself personally and our team. So, yeah.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah. But it's also telling my age. I am old lady.
All right, we have head coach Stephanie White. We'll hold for opening statement and I take questions in the room, then on Zoom.
I'm proud of our group. It wasn't pretty. You know, neither team made very many shots, but, you know, our defensive energy and effort and our willingness to continue to play through a lot of that really showed through. And, you know, so this is a quality win against a great opponent. And I'm thankful that we came away with another one.
Questions? Dom, go ahead.
So how would you characterize the cohesiveness, the level of cohesiveness, chemistry that this team has?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's good because DBAT and Breezy have played a lot of basketball together, and so they innately sort of know where one another are going to be. But we're still a work in progress, really getting everybody else kind of into it. Now, I think you see times where Ty and Nay have it with them, and then times where it's not. And all of our new players, like working our way into it. It's going to take some time. We have a lot of new pieces, and we have players who are playing new roles. And so, you know, I think we're closer than we would be if we didn't have such a veteran group. But we're still a long way from where we're going to be when we're at our best.
Alexa?
Just going off that point, you guys are 6-0 with only an undefeated team left, and you're saying that you guys can still reach that ceiling and still room to grow. I mean, how, I guess, I don't know if you want to say that, like a little luxury to be at 6-0 and still, like, know you can still go further, but how do you, I guess, process that given the strong start?
Yeah, you know, I think we've got a veteran group. You know, we have, you know, some of the toughest competitors that I've ever been around. So, you know, certainly the opportunity that we've had to come away with some hard-fought wins, you know, and I don't feel like we've really played 40 minutes of our best basketball on both ends of the floor. We just haven't put it together. We've played stretches where in the fourth quarter we've played well enough in crunch time to win. You know, tonight we didn't shoot the ball particularly well. We haven't shot the ball particularly well, but our defense has always given us opportunities for success. And so for us, we just, you know, we've got to find a little bit more continuity on the offensive end of the floor. We got to find a little bit more confidence in stepping up and knocking down shots. We put a lot of pressure on our defense to be perfect every night. And while it's been successful so far, teams in this league are too good. You know, we've played at home a lot. We're going to have to go on the road. We're going to have to be in different environments. We're going to have days where we don't knock down shots. You know, but for us, it's about continuing to make positive progress to being the best that we can be when it comes time for September and October.
Maggie?
It was great. I think in the back of my mind, I'm still like, okay, well, the way they shoot the three, they're never out of a game. I had that little caution sign in the back of my head, but it was great. I felt like we were able to substitute throughout the course of the game, and being able to give players who needed to get minutes to get confidence and needed to get minutes so that they could get in rhythm, got those. And so, I'm thankful that we were able to do that today. It gives us an opportunity to get some more rest before Dallas comes to town.
Emily?
1 for 27 from 3-point range is pretty impressive for your defense. Just what did you feel like you guys were doing so well on the outside?
I think our attention to detail for the most part was pretty good. We were really flying around trying to not let them get clean looks. I'm not sure that the 1 for 27 really had as much to do about us as them just not making shots tonight. Sometimes there are nights like that. I'm not sure that, neither Nate or I have seen, nights like this where we both shot so poorly. I think our defense, a lot of it, give credit to our defense for making them uncomfortable, but a lot of it was they had open shots that they just didn't knock down, and sometimes there are nights like that.
Maggie?
Going back to Breezy and I, the extended freshman.
Yeah.
At what point are you seeing the most comfortable on the floor? Or where on the floor are you seeing her the most comfortable?
In terms of like getting the ball or just in flow of the game? Yeah, I think, we're really trying to make it a point to get her some touches early. But I usually see it, in that second quarter, third quarter-ish, where you start to see her sort of take charge, right? Take ownership. And she early might miss a couple of bunnies, and then, later as she gets into the flow of the game is finding her way to get in there and knock those down. The other thing for her is, you start seeing her more comfortable when she's taking a little bit more ownership on the defensive end. Some switches that she might not have wanted to switch early in the year, when she wasn't feeling as mobile. You can see as she starts to feel more confident, that she's accepting those and she's taking those. And, she's just, she really is, a glue player and a connector for our team. And it is such a luxury to have her back on the floor.
Any other questions in the room? Emily, go ahead.
Bench saw a bunch more minutes today, making her debut and all that. Did anybody stand out from that group who you hadn't seen a ton of to this point?
Yeah, it was great to get Queen and Stu in there. We probably could have gotten Stu a little bit more, minutes into the third quarter. So again, we got to find a way to do that just so she can start to get in the flow. I thought Queen did an outstanding job. She was active on the glass. Her physicality was really good. Again, you sit here and you look at our shooting numbers, but we were still positive because of other impacts that we were able to make. I think every game, Tiffany Mitchell starts to look like she feels a little bit more comfortable. Her shot's not falling, but it's going to. But you start to see a little bit more comfort. I thought Mo moved pretty well tonight and got us into offense when we really needed to do that. Liv has continued to come in and be impactful for us. Rachel, again, didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but she's just somebody who makes the right plays, makes the right reads, and, she's a threat on the floor at all times, so she opens things up for everyone else.
We'll go to Zoom. Blake, go ahead on Zoom.
Hey, Coach, this is Blake Spadaro from Blake's Take. Diana Taurasi and Koiga Copper shot 4 for 25 and 0 for 12 from 3. What exactly did y'all do different defensively? Because they've been lighting it up from everywhere pretty much the first 6 games of the season.
I'd like to say that we did some crazy, outstanding thing, but, I just think it was one of those nights for them. I'm not sure we'll see that the rest of the year. Again, we tried to make sure that we were there on catches. We tried to make sure that we made every shot difficult, that they were shooting over an outstretched, contested hand. But it was just one of those nights for this team where they didn't make shots. And there's not going to be very many of those nights, and I don't think we'll certainly see another one of these nights for them the rest of the season.
Thank you, Coach.
George, go ahead on Zoom. George.
Coach, congratulations on being the only remaining team that's undefeated in the WNBA. Just want to ask, what's the key to balancing, appreciating what you have right now, but also realizing there's a lot of more work to do?
I think just the experience that we have on our roster and the experience that we have on our staff with this league. These wins are awesome. And it's great to get off to a strong start, but they don't really mean a whole lot in May other than it gives you a little bit of confidence. Certainly we understand that it's a long season. We understand that we want to be peaking at the right time when it comes time for playoffs. The thing that I'm most proud of is that we're finding different ways to win. And that's important when it comes down the stretch and when it comes down to building that confidence in those clutch moments.
Thank you. Tiffany, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Tiffany Williams. They had 20 turnovers tonight. Can you talk to me a little bit about how important it is to convert those turnovers into opportunities for you guys?
Yeah, I felt like we didn't do a great job. Some of theirs were dead ball turnovers that they threw out of bounds. So for us, we weren't able to get off and get running on those turnovers. But I felt like some of them we gave just right back to them. And that was an area of weakness for us a year ago. I think we turned it over something like 24% of the time in transition. And those are missed opportunities for us. When we force that turnover, those are momentum changing plays, and we've got to be able to, if not convert, at least get a shot attempt. And so, I felt like we had our moments where we did a good job of turning them over for scores, but we had multiple possessions and sometimes multiple possessions in a row where we turned them over and then we gave it right back to them. So we've got to be better in those areas. We got to be sure. We got to understand when we've had 3 or 4 possessions where we haven't gotten anything, and we got to run offense. But I'd still rather have those aggressive turnovers than have timid passive turnovers.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.